Hello YouTube, this is Chris, Eldritch Pipes. This video is why pipes? How did I get into pipes? And even a little bit, why did I become a pipe maker? I think I might have glossed over those elements in previous videos, but I thought I'd sort of dig into it. Oh, by the way, you've seen this pipe loads of times, but I'm smoking RDF because that's the thing at the moment. RDF. Germain's Rich Dark Flake. Okay, so way back when, I smoked cigarettes. That's how I got into smoking. At school, yeah, I know. And I smoked cigarettes for many years. And then I got annoyed with smoking cigarettes because it wasn't a habit that I could control very well, if at all. And I don't like habits that I can't control. So after a couple of tries, I finally managed to kick it for good. And couldn't be happy with that. But how can I put this? I really like smoking. Now I think some people might get confused on this front. There is the Epicurean enjoyment of smoking, which is like eating great food, drinking great whiskey. It's that appreciation of the tobacco that I'm talking about. Because when you're a cigarette smoker, you're not enraptured by the cigarette per se, you're just smoking it. But I wanted to smoke, but I didn't want to be addicted to nicotine. So I'd given up smoking cigarettes for maybe a year, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give pipes a go and see what happens. And I went into it very cautiously, because obviously I didn't want to get caught in a habit that I couldn't control. But I found that pipe smoking was completely under my control. I mean, for several months of the year, I'll not smoke. When the kids are off school for the summer holidays and all that. And I just won't pick up the pipe for ages. And even when I'm working, which is when I mostly smoke, I'll still go several days without smoking. So it was a total, it's just purely the enjoyment of the flavour of the tobacco, the experience of smoking. And some people don't get that, especially past or current cigarette smokers. They don't understand that you can smoke tobacco and not be a nicotine addict. Which isn't to say that there are no pipe smokers that aren't nicotine addicts. That's not the claim I'm making. I'm just saying that's how it works for me. Pipe smoking is, I smoke a pipe like I eat good food. It's as simple as that. So that is how I got into it. But the reason it stuck with me, well, let's see if you have had this experience. I had smoked a few blends, and they were fine. They were all right. And then I went to this tobacconist, a local one, and offhand I picked some tobaccos that I hadn't heard before. And one of them, I remember quite clearly, was called Vulcan Mixture. I seem to remember it might have been Gareth Hogarth blend. I'm not absolutely certain. But I went home, had a pipe of it, mind blown. It was a completely transported experience. You notice that this tobacco is amazing. And ever since then, I've tried to replicate or improve on that experience. And that's the real pipe smoking endeavour, is to find those gems of tobacco, and also the gem pipes to smoke them in as well. Strangely enough, or maybe not strangely enough, infuriatingly enough, when I went back to buy some more of that Balkan mixture, I bought it and it didn't taste the same. So I think, because it was in a pot, in a jar, I think some other tobacco had made it into it on the time that I bought some. I don't think I was smoking pure Balkan mixture. It had a strangely sweet side to it, I recall. Okay, so that was how I got into pipe smoking, and then pipe smoking as an endeavour kind of gripped me, and still does, and I think it always will now. But why pipe making? I'd been smoking pipes for about 10, 12 years, I think, before the idea struck me to make a pipe. And I really, until then, hadn't really considered the object that I was smoking the tobacco in. And I suppose that's the same for a lot of people, you know. Some people stay at the level of the pipe is just a vehicle for the tobacco, you know, and that's totally fine. But I'd started to see some pipes that really caught my eye, and I was beginning to gain, I didn't even realise I was doing it, I was beginning to gain a collection of shapes that spoke to me. And so I remember clearly wanting a particular pipe, and I'd searched, I don't know how it happened, I just, like, an idea had popped up in my brain, and I was searching everywhere, and I couldn't find anything even remotely like it. So in the end, I just had to make it. And by doing that, I came into contact firsthand with briar. Well, if you're a wood person, briar is amazing, in some good ways and in some infuriating ways. I mean, for example, why don't we all smoke olive wood pipes? I mean, they smoke great, they can be pretty, but olive wood hasn't taken the place in our hearts that briar has. I think there might be a few reasons for that. I mean, without doubt, the briar wood is a harder wood anyway, and I think would last longer than olive wood. I don't know how true that is. That's just a guess, just based on the hardness of the wood. But more than that, on a good piece of briar, you can get tight grain that you can't see anywhere else. The plateau itself is another feature that is just, can be amazing. But part of me thinks it's like, you know, the great white whale, in the sense that trying to make a pipe out of this stuff can sometimes be incredibly frustrating. You know, you look at this piece of briar and you go, well, there is an amazing pipe in here somewhere. But briar, well, this block is a mystery. What's in there? Is it clean? Is there a huge flaw? There's no way to know. So you can plan out a pipe. You can look at the grain. You can go, oh yeah, fabulous. And then you start shaping into it. And there's a dirty grate floor in the inside, and all of a sudden it's firewood. So I think there's that element of, panning for gold. Crossing your fingers every time you start carving into a piece of briar, I think. Was that everything I wanted to say? I think it was. So there you are. So that's how I got into it and captivated by it, and by briar as well. So let me know your stories. We've all got a different way in, haven't we? And that's mine. All right. Take it easy, guys. I will see you again soon. Have a good one. Ta-da.